Hey, what's going on to all of my bookish freaks out there? Of course, I am your host, Amira Blaze, and welcome back, guys, to another bonus episode of Book Shade. So guys, we're going to continue where we left off in part one. This was highly requested by you bookish freaks, okay? You guys wanted for me to go to the lovetropes.com website and do a complete analysis and commentary on all of the different tropes that they have on the website. The website, guys, has been updated with a whole bunch of brand new tropes. So very excited to do this, guys. So I'm not going to waste any time. Let's get to it here in part two of me looking at the new and updated tropes on the lovetropes.com website. I will have the link below if you're interested in checking out the website as well. I highly recommend it, especially if you are as passionate about the romance book genre as myself, okay? So all right, let's get started here. So okay, where we last left off, guys, was actually the beginning of this row right here. So we're gonna start off with Australian Hero. Let me tell you guys, there's something about a man from Australia. It's just sexy, okay? So it could be male or female, you know, whatever, but they are Australian, okay? So let's see what selections they have here. I think I'm gonna go with this one because he looks good. That's how I judge my books, guys, by how handsome the man looks like on the cover. I'm super shallow. A mess, guys, but I digress. So this is the Australian Billionaire, and this is part of the International Billionaire Club series, book 1 by Brittany M. Mills. So this one is a clean romance because you can see it's only one chili pepper. But man, he is, he looks good though. He looks good. He looks definitely handsome. That is for sure. All right, next we have, Mine. And Mine, it relates to paranormal fantasy and sci-fi. Okay, so what Mine is, guys, is pretty much romantic possession. That's the best way I can describe this trope. So if you're not into alpha males or alpha females, if you're not into like possessive or like more aggressive like romance like books, you will not like this trope at all. Now for me, you know, I don't mind, if a man wants to say that I'm his, I mean, I think that's hot, but it depends on how it's done. Okay, it's gotta be classy, okay? But I digress, guys. So that's what this trope is about. So ooh, okay, they got an interracial one. You guys know I love me an interracial romance. Yes. Okay, so this is once again by Sedona Vanez, and this one is part of the Credence Curse series, and it's called Taming the Beast. I'm just saying. No, I'm a mess. But yeah, of course, you guys are going to be judging me so heavily, right? But no, I love a good steamy romance. So this one is 4 out of 5 peppers. So yeah, this Sedona Vanez likes to write some steamy stuff. That's what I'm talking about. So this is like a paranormal, interracial shapeshifter romances. These are actually growing popular, guys, they're growing popular in popularity. There you go. But yeah, I'll definitely have to read that. My TBR, guys, is the size of a mountain. I swear. It's terrible. All right. So what else do we have? Okay, so next we have Celebrity. So that's what it says. It's a simple trope. It's romances with someone that's famous or a celebrity. These ones I enjoy because it's like it's interesting how like the relationship, like they're like, okay, so there's a couple ways it can go. There could be one, the protagonist could be famous or well recognized, and the other person is just like a regular person, and then there's like this challenge of their relationship, like, you know, being stable and stuff like that. So I enjoy reading these. This trope also can relate to the more of like the I would say the billionaire trope kind of also fits in with this particular trope. You'll see a lot of like subgenres such as like rock star romances also fit in with this particular trope as well. So I like this one. This one looks really savage. Okay, so this is $1 Million Musician, and this is by R.B. Hillard. And of course, you know, I gotta pick the steamy ones. Man, there's something about a man with tattoos, man. This looks so good. Yes. All right. I'm a mess, y'all. I'm a mess. All right, let's continue here. See what we got. See what we got. Okay, so next, this one. Ooh, guys, this is like one of my favorite romances I like to read. This is the BDSM romantic trope. So these books, guys, they are focused on BDSM. BDSM stands for bondage, discipline. Sometimes it can stand for like submissiveness, but it stands for like, I believe, sadomasochism. So this is like there's so many, like BDSM, guys, is a spectrum, okay? A lot of times when people think of BDSM, they think about the 50 Shades of Grey trilogy, but that is vanilla, okay? In comparison to what this genre of books can provide. Now, it's not gonna be for everybody, but there are different degrees of it. There are some lighter BDSM romances. There are some that are a little more hardcore. Now, BDSM also can correlate with the dark romance trope. It's not always dark romance, but I noticed just from my research that a lot of BDSM romance books sometimes fall into that particular, you know, category, and also like multiple tropes. But yeah, this is one of my favorites. Like I have, you know, I love like the dominant and the submissive, but that's not always the case, guys. Sometimes there are people that I believe they're called switches, so they switch roles. So like, you know, Monday they're like a dominant, but then on like, you know, Wednesday they're like a submissive. So it's a very interesting community, and it's a lifestyle as well. BDSM gets mistaken a lot because of the stereotypical perceptions and presentation of it, and that's why a lot of people had a love-hate relationship with 50 Shades of Grey, for that very reason. Because on one hand, it helped to normalize BDSM a little bit, but then on the other hand, it glamorized it in a way that some people that were really involved with the BDSM community felt like those books did not represent their community properly, which is interesting. But yeah, I do enjoy reading these books. Authors, guys, that write these books, they do thorough research. This is a genre just like mafia romance. You really got to be accurate with your stuff, because the readers will come for you, okay? If you are not coming correct with your BDSM romances, let me tell you, okay? But all my jokes aside here, let's go ahead and select one here. I'm gonna try to pick something different. Ooh, I like this. Ooh, this sounds real kinky. Okay. Okay. Ooh, he's handsome too. All right, so this is called Quick and Dirty. Ooh, okay. This is by Whitley Cox, and woo, this is definitely, you know, going to warm up, you know, your heartburn. Okay, let me tell you. But all right, so this is book one of a quick billionaires novel. So I'm assuming that these are going to be really easy, quick reads, you know, kind of like novella style. All right. Ooh, I think I'm going to read this one, Quick and Dirty. Okay. No. All right, guys, I'm being thirsty. I really am, right? All right, so let's continue here. We're doing good, guys. We're covering all these tropes pretty decently here. Okay, so now we have the sovereign trope. Okay, this is a trope, guys, that often gets correlated with historical romance because they have a lot of sovereign historical romances. So this can take, like, these books, guys, they take place in the South. So that's what this trope is about. Now, sometimes some people use sovereign romance too if it's like a book that's taking place in like a sovereign part of the region. But mainly when I think of sovereign in the sovereign trope, I think of like down south. So that's what these books kind of reflect on. So if you like your cowboy romances, country romances, that type of stuff, it would fit under this. Ooh, okay, let's see here, what's this about? All right, so this is Sovereign Promises, the complete series. Okay, so this, I'm glad I clicked on this one because, guys, the lovetropes.com website, in regards to recommendations, there are novellas, there are standalone books. Standalone means that you can read it start to finish and it's not part of an ongoing series. And then you have stuff like this, which is it's a contemporary romance and it's a standalone box set. So this is a box set of a Pacific series from start to finish, which is really cool. All right, Sovereign Promises. Ooh, and it's very steamy as well. All right, I do love a good sovereign gentleman. I do appreciate. I'll say that, you know. All right, I think we're done with that row. Alrighty. Oh, we have one more. Sorry for yawning, guys. Long day. All right. So then this is the anti-hero. Now, I would say as a disclaimer, you might want to be careful with this trope because this trope can also correlate with dark romance. It can correlate with a disgruntled alpha male or alpha female, etc., etc. So these type of romance books or these particular romance trope, it can be sometimes dark in nature, so you kind of have to have an open mind and you can't be sensitive to read these anti-hero books, and also these type of books also fall into the friends to enemies, and it can also fall into the trope of like I would say, like, yeah, like the person you love to hate, you know, which is friends, you know, like frenemies, you know. So yeah, it can be intense. You're going to just hate some of these characters because sometimes they're an asshole and they know it. Like, they just don't even care, you know. They're just like, there was a book like that I read where the protagonist, he even said, he was like, yeah, I'm an asshole, but it's like, I don't even care, you know. All the ladies love me. That just makes my that's not how I like my romances personally, but it can be interesting to read if you get, like, you know, if you get a good one. All right, so let's see here. Ooh, this one sounds interesting. Hitman, or it looks interesting. Of course, I pick a really steamy one. This is Hitman, a Deadliest Lies novel by Michelle Mannon. So this one might have like a hitman in there. That's interesting. So yeah, these are men that are like dangerous and, like, you know, sexy at the same time. But I noticed this trope is really popular with women though. Recently, I've noticed a lot of these books, these anti-hero, like, bad guys, like, there are a lot of women who love these books. And I mean, I get it, but I like a nice guy. That's just me, you know. I like a guy that can, like, you know, bake cookies or something, you know. All right, I'm a mess, y'all, but yeah, this looks interesting. He looks good too. All right, what else we got? All right, so for the next row, this is definitely going to be an interesting row, that's for sure. And this is biting. Okay, so this particular trope, it just focuses on biting and the eroticism of biting. So a lot of times this gets correlated with the subgenre paranormal romance, to be specific, like shape-shifting romances or vampire romances is where this trope is pretty prevalent. So you're like turning a human into a vampire, and then you know you're in love and you're like together for all eternity, you know, stuff like that. So all right, let me pick one here. Oh, this one looks really, really cool. And of course, I pick a plus size romance. You know, nothing against the skinny women, but you know, we deserve love too. This is claimed by her cheetah. I like the title. And this Sedona Venez, she be getting it. So okay, I'm gonna start reading your books. Okay, you giving the plus size realness, much appreciated. All right, and this one is just hot off the charts here. This is what, like five chili peppers. So I gotta make sure I gotta make sure I have this with me, you know, and just be like, whew, you know, and just cool down that way. But yeah, that looks good. Okay, I'll have to read that one. Let's see. Is it? Let me see. Is this one on Amazon? Oh yes, it is. Hopefully it's Kindle Unlimited, because I'll read it for you guys and I'll let you guys know my transparent opinion on it. Okay. Man, he looks good too. Man, I'm just thirsty today, guys. Physically and metaphorically. No. No, I'm a mess, y'all. I'm a mess. All right. So we'll keep continuing here. Okay. All right, so we finished that one. Okay, so this one is also growing in popularity as well, and that is the female. So this is like a lesbian romance. Now the website, guys, is being updated. So you know, right now, as you can see, there's not many selections. But you know what? This one looks really interesting. Let's see what this is. Okay, it's pretty. You know, it's pretty on the hot scale there. If you're into this, this is called The Fire Dancer by Kristen Stratel. Hopefully I said that right. But you know, also I noticed, guys, that and this is just from my experience, I noticed a lot of straight men also, some straight men do enjoy like lesbian romances as well. So I thought that was interesting. So yeah, and I have some books too that are lesbian romance, because I see, for me as a cisgendered woman, I like to read everything, so that, you know, and especially as a critic and a commentator, I want to at least give the best fair opinion on how I feel about the books that I read, and like the characters, and you know, I just like learning about different perspectives. That's why I love interracial romance, because you get, you know, a perspective that is different from your own. Or historical romances, it makes me learn about different time periods and like stuff like that. But yeah, I do notice a lot of straight men, I notice, enjoy lesbian romance. Not all of y'all, not to generalize, but yeah, I've noticed that. All right, but this cover looks amazing, I have to say. Wow. Okay. All right. So we're going from that, and now this one, guys, I am going to spend some time on a little bit, because I feel this particular genre is misunderstood. This is the mafia and organized crime trope. Okay, so these particular romance books, they focus on people that are involved in different types of organized crime and mafia, and it's like a romance and all of that. So if you're going into this particular trope, I just want to recognize that you know, organized crime, you know, being in a mafia, guys, it's no joke. Okay, a lot of times in this particular trope, like some of the books that you know, that I have looked at, they kind of like glamorize like the mafia lifestyle, you know, and guys, it's not glamorous, okay? Like, it's not, you know, they have that saying like, you know, you have to be about that life. That's what these books represent. Sometimes they're gritty, they're raw, they're unapologetic. So it does take a very strong mind to kind of understand this particular trope. And like mafia and organized crime romances as well, guys, they do have a lot of triggers. These books also can be categorized under dark romance, just because, you know, I mean, it's a crime romance, you know, you're going to be dealing with crime, and you know, it can be really intense. Okay, so I would highly suggest to do your research before embarking on this particular trope, because if you're going into it thinking that, you know, mafia and like organized crime is like glamorous, it's not. It's really not. Okay, so these books, like I said before, they can be intense. So I just want to give the heads up. I just recently got a Russian mafia romance trilogy, so I'll be reading those in the future. But just from reading the description, it's some intense dark romance, so viewer discretion is advised. But I do admire the authors that write in dark romance, and specifically mafia and organized crime romances, because they do a lot of research, guys, to make sure that it's accurate the best way that they can. And when I read, you know, a lot of dark romance, that's why it has more of that realistic feel, is because if you're gonna write this particular subgenre, like, you really got to do your research, you know. It's something that you have to take seriously, because you just don't want to give, in my opinion, you don't want to give the wrong kind of misperception. It's not glamorous, and it's a rough lifestyle, guys, because it really is, like, you know, mafia and like organized crime romances, from the ones that I've kind of read so far, that was one of the conclusions that I came to, that it's not a glamorous lifestyle. On the outside it looks glamorous, but you know, a lot of these characters are, you know, they're definitely like conflicted alpha males, or or alpha females. They're dealing with a lot of emotional issues, you know, family issues, like even issues within their own relationships, tons of violence. Like, I mean, it can get intense. Not all series in this particular trope can be intense, but it's just something that I feel you should be aware of when reading this particular trope. But oh, he looks really good though. Mercenary, okay, you can be mine. No, I'm ass. Okay, so let's pick one here. Ooh, there's another interracial one. Okay, we're gonna go for that. And this is Antonio and Sabrina Struck in Love by Chiquita Denny. And definitely this one is hot, which I like. So yeah, I'll have to read this one. So it seems like this is in a multiple book. Oh, and then they even put the order of the series. Okay, that's cool. I'll have to get these. This interracial, like, mafia romance, that sounds really interesting. That sounds really, he's very handsome, I have to say. Oh my gosh. All right. Alrighty. So guys, if you have any questions for me or anything like that, you know, definitely let me know. All right, so from there you have Band of Brothers. Okay, so this particular trope, guys, it focuses on, like, it can be family brothers, or it could be brothers, like, for example, this trope is very popular with MC romances, Motorcycle Club. It could be a band of brothers who are firefighters. So it's not always family related, but they act like family. So yeah, I haven't read many books in this particular trope, but ooh, okay, let's see. Let's pick a different one here, because I'm seeing some books that are overlapped. Okay, I like this one. Ooh, this is very steamy. Ooh, he is very fine. Guys, I need to start interviewing some of these models because I just want to ask them that question. I'm sure they get it a lot. Like, you know, how is it like to be so fine like this all the time? Like, you know, with no Photoshop either, okay? A mess. But this is Wicked Shadows by A.D. Justice, okay? Man, that's very steamy. Okay, I'm going to be reading this one. Is it on Amazon? You betcha it is. Woo! He's fine. Yes. Okay. So that's what that trope is about, and I will be reading that book maybe in the future. All right. Sorry guys, I keep like moving around and I'm like adjusting here. I'm like sweating. It's just been like so hot this week. It's like ridiculous. I'm like constantly doing this too with like my fan. I'm like, oh, just to like keep myself cool here. All right. Okay, so next we have Damage Heroine. Okay, so this one, guys, it can correlate with mafia romances, organized crime romances. It can also correlate with anti-hero. You know, it can correlate with a lot of these tropes that we've talked about previously. But what a damaged heroine is, it's a woman that is broken. And then you also have damaged hero, you know, for a guy that's broken. It's like emotionally broken, you know, and they just lose, like they lose their mind, you know. Sometimes that's the case. But yeah, you have to kind of go into this just like with mafia romances or dark romances, which this gets correlated with a lot. It can be intense, like reading some of these books. So once again, viewer discretion is advised. All right, so Damaged Woman book. And sometimes, guys, I don't like this trope too sometimes, because sometimes the women are, to me, too weak. And then like the guy like takes advantage of her weakness, you know, to have a relationship with her. And that to me is not a relationship. But this is something that can happen, you know, in real life, unfortunately. So it is interesting to read, but it's just not my cup of tea. All right. And this also can correlate with the mind trope and like the possessive like romance too, which is, it's just not my favorite. Okay, let's see here. Okay, this one looks interesting. Okay, so this is Ready for Flynn Part 3. This is a rock star romance. And yeah, it's pretty steamy too. And this one's by K.L. Sandwick. Okay, this is cool. See, I love this website, guys, because it teaches me about all these different authors that some I've never even heard of. Shout outs to all the, whether you're a mainstream author or an independent author. I'm sure you get this told maybe a lot or maybe you don't. But thank you for taking time out of your day, guys, to write these incredible, mind-blowing stories that I feel privileged, and I'm sure many of us, because I can only speak for myself, that we get to enjoy. So thank you, thank you. This looks really good. Oh, and it's on Amazon, and it's got rock stars. I love me a rock star, though. All right. Let's continue. Okay, so this one is interesting. Okay, sometimes I don't mind a one-night stand if it's done correctly, you know. But this particular trope, I don't really care for because sometimes it has too much drama. I like me a happy ending or a realistically happy ending, you know. So one-night stand is just, you know, let's say both protagonists, they're like, you know what, let's get it on, you know, and then after that they never see each other again. Other times, my personal favorite are the ones that I like to call a one night stand rerun, where they had the one night stand and then let's say they're at work and then all of a sudden they bump into each other. It could be like, you know, maybe the secondary protagonist, it's her boss or something. It just makes it interesting. But I don't like to read these all the time. You know, I rarely read one night stand, but all right, let's see. Oh, sorry guys. Man, there's so many. Like I said, this is a very popular trope. You know what? Let's click on this one. This one looks intense as fuck. Okay, so this is 6 by K.I. Lin. Oh, this is very steamy. Of course I would pick that. Oh, this one features an assassin. Ooh, this looks interesting, y'all. Oh, I'll definitely read this one. Man, maybe... See, that's so funny. I say I don't like the bad guys, but man, I'm like picking all these books with like assassins and like mafia romance. Like, I'm such a hypocrite. All right, guys. So yeah, that looks really good. Okay, I'll probably have to read that one. It looks intense. Looks intense, man. All right. And once again, guys, if you have questions about the lovetropes.com website, or you have recommendations or whatever, you know, let me know. I love answering. I want to read this one too. This like Stealing Cinderella. Oh my gosh. That sounds intense. All right, let's continue here, guys. We got a couple more to go here. All right, so next, this one is a classic trope. Okay, this is arranged marriage. So this is a marriage that's arranged. That's all it is. Okay, sometimes it's the family members that arrange the marriage. Other times they arrange the marriage, the couple themselves. It could be for business reasons, or it just could be for like social reasons. But I do enjoy this trope from time to time here. Ooh, he's very handsome. Okay, I'm drooling. Okay, let's try this one. Let's get some more sovereign romance here. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, no, I'm a mess, y'all. Okay, so this is Sovereign Pleasure by Kaylee Ryan. So this is like right in the middle of the Steam level here. All right, so that looks cool. I love the names, like the titles of these books. They're super catchy and interesting. All right, let's see here. Okay, so next, this one, just like mafia organized crime romance, this also gets correlated in this particular trope. Now, this trope is not for the weak, okay? This is the revenge trope. And let me tell you guys, these type of books, you think dark romance is intense? Read yourself a revenge romance novel and get back to me, okay? Sometimes I can handle it, other times I'm like, this is too messy, okay? But this includes like a assassination, like romance or something like that. You know, like it has like assassins, or you know, it could have like it can also relate to like FBI and military and that kind of stuff. So it can get dark sometimes, other times it doesn't, but it's just a forewarning, okay? And then other times it could be like, you know, let's say there was a couple and they broke up, and then the protagonist finds out, well, the first protagonist finds out that the second protagonist cheated on them with their best friend. I know, scandalous. And then they decide to create this revenge plot to embarrass them and make them look bad. So that's just like an example of that. But it can get really intense. This also correlates with romantic suspense as well. So it doesn't always have, revenge is not always like, you know, like violent, but you still, you know, if you're triggered by this stuff, I would definitely suggest not reading this particular trope. So, all right, man. Yeah, there's so many interesting ones in here. All right, let's see this one. This is Rogue. Oh, very steamy. This is by Michelle Madden. So this is Rogue, an enemies to lovers romance, a deadliest lives novel. It doesn't seem like it's a standalone, but yeah, that, you know what he reminds me of? He looks like James Dean, you know, super handsome. All right. continue here. Okay, so this one I enjoy. I love a romance with a strong woman. Sometimes when the woman is too submissive, it's just like, you know, it feels obvious. But with like when the woman's just like, no, you can't just claim me like that. I'm a strong, independent, confident woman. I wear the best weave. What is your problem? I love it. I like that kind of banter. And then like it a little slow burn is okay, where there's a little bit of that gradual buildup, and then the romance starts to happen, and I'm like, yes, okay, all right. So let's see here. This is Headstrong Females. So there are a lot, guys. Lots to choose from. Lots of washboard apps. See, I would like, this is just me, I like hairy guys. So I would like to see more covers, like romantic book covers with like hairy men on them. Oh, that would be everything. Okay. But you know, for me it doesn't matter. I mean, you got a xylophone, you know, if you're a little bit more chunkier, hey, I'll give you a shot. Okay. No, I'm being messy. Oh, this cover looks amazing. Wow, this is From the Ashes, and this is part of the Phoenix Project Duet Book 1 by Candace Wright, and this is like off the charts steamy. Wow. Whoa, yeah, this is a dark romance one. Woo, that looks intense. Man, I'll definitely have to read that one. See, I read a lot like paranormal romance, like vampire romance, but I do like some dark romance. But it's like I'm kind of warming up to it, no pun intended, because some of those books, guys, can be really intense, where I'm just like, oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right. So next we have Bonding, and this is for paranormal fantasy and sci-fi, and Headstrong Females was for the same thing as well. Okay, so Bonding, guys, this can apply a lot to paranormal romance books, and this particular trope is like you're being symbiotic with your partner, and you're like connecting, and it's this bonding, this kind of union, that sometimes this also gets correlated with destined like mated fates trope. So for example, I was reading the Fire's Edge series, and that focuses on shapeshifters who have a bonded mate. So that's what this is like referring to in a way. So all right, let's just pick one here. There's so many. Oh, this one looks cool. All right, we'll go with that. Okay, so this is by Patricia D. Eady, and this is The Fates Fought, or By the Fates Fought. Okay, so there's a lot. If you're into more like religious kind of stuff, like spirituality, that's what bonded also can refer to. So it has like witches and stuff like that. All right, this looks cool. All right, let's keep it going. All right, this is the most classic, most popular trope I see in tons of romance books. The classic love triangle. Okay, so let's mix it up. So let's say you have a guy, let's do reverse harem, right? So you have a male protagonist, and then there are two women who are fighting for the guy's like affection, or sometimes it's the protagonist fighting between the two love interests, you know. So yeah, this is a classic trope. I'm sure there's going to be tons of books in this particular trope. Okay, let's see. Oh, there's an interracial one. I keep going for the interracial ones, guys. I love an interracial romance. I can't help it. I really can't. Okay, so ooh, this is scandalous. Winning My Best Friend's Girl by Piper Rain. Ooh, that's sexy. Okay, so oh hey, once again here we have the Lisa Sky. Yes, thank you so much for the follow, and of course welcome to the book shade. Okay, but yeah, that looks really hot. So yeah, Winning My Best Friend's Girl. Yes. And oh, so the Lisa says hiya. So hey, welcome. And yeah, guys, let me know in that vicious comment section below too, what are your favorite romantic tropes? I love talking about tropes. It's so fun to, like, you know, find out which ones you really love or which ones you're like, I cancel it, you know? All right, Winning My Best Friend's Girl. Okay, is this on Amazon? Oh yeah, I'll be reading this one. Ooh, yes. See, I would love to be on one of these covers. Guys, can you imagine me just like, you know, a paranormal BBW shapeshifter romance. Oh my gosh. That would be everything, guys. Seriously. All right, let's see what else we got. Okay, so the Lisa says, I'm protagonist who's in an empty vessel so that the reader can project yourself onto me. Yeah, exactly. I fantasize, guys, when I read romance. Like, I picture, instead of the actual female protagonist, I like put myself in the story. So I'm like, I'm sorry, my lord, you know. Oh gosh. And Lisa says, in many ways, I'm just like you. I have hair, a face, etc. Yes. Okay. Oh my gosh. A mess. I'm a mess, y'all. Okay. So from the love triangle, I enjoy this particular trope. I love retellings of fairy tales. Okay, so this is the modern day fairy tale retelling. So this is taking a fairy tale, like for example, as you can see here, Cinderella, and then you put it in a different time period, or you can do time travel with it. That's another way to kind of, like, you know, combine tropes. So yeah, it's just, you're taking a fairy tale and you put it in a modern day setting. So an example, in video games, there's this game that's called I think it's called The Wolf Among Us, and that's like it's not like a full-blown retelling, but in a way it's retelling of like the big bad wolf being like a detective, and you have like Snow White. Like, that's how that kind of trope like works. And oh, okay, that's cool. Oh my gosh, I love that. All right, Lisa, I'll have to read something like that. But yeah, this is Stealing Cinderella, but let's see what other ones they have. I know there's one that's really popular that it's like it's like retellings of like the one. Well, I know the one retelling that's really popular is Beauty and the Beast. There's so many retellings of Beauty and the Beast, like, it's crazy. Also, there's a lot of retellings of like Jane Austen books as well, but I mean, it's not a fairy tale, but you know. Oh, this, yeah, I'll spend a lot of time in this category too. Let's see here. Oh, I like this one. Just straight up beast. All right, straight up beast, looking like Roman Reigns. I'm not sure if you guys are into pro wrestling, but actually today was the pay-per-view for Clash of Champions, but I was so tired, guys, that like I was like, okay, I'll probably have to watch it like tomorrow. But yeah, some of my favorite wrestlers, though, I do love Roman Reigns. That's why I thought of him, because they have almost the same build. But man, he is gorgeous. Okay, so this beast is on this is a high steam level. This is by A. Zavarelli. I've heard of her, actually. So okay, so this is a standalone dark romance. Ooh, I think I might read this one too. So many books, guys, so little time, let me tell you. So yeah, as you can see guys, like there's so many different tropes. It's so fun to like go through these and see like which ones. Okay, so now we're on to the next row. Here we have break up to save him or her. Okay, so what this trope is about is that you got this couple, and because of some unforeseen circumstance, for example, they just can't be together. So either him or her breaks up with that person. So all right, let's see what options they have here. I do like the ones where they have like a street fighter or something. That's pretty hot. And oh, and Lisa says worst trope. Yeah, there's some tropes that are like, you know, stronger than others, but yeah, some people do not like the breakup trope because it, you know, it doesn't have a happy ending necessarily. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Ooh, I like this. You know me, guys. Wicked Intentions by AD Justice. Okay, on the 4 out of 5 Steam level. This sounds super kinky. That's what I was thinking, because I was like, Wicked Intentions. I'm like, oh wait, is there some kink in there? I'm sure there is. But yeah, there's so much variety, guys. Like different authors, different ooh, okay, I like this one, The Edge of Tomorrow. See, I like me just, maybe I just like the sexy older daddy trope. Like, like that's what I'm really attracted to. I just like older, like, just like older, like, you know, I mean muscular, like hairy men. I think that's what's up. Oh, I'm such a mess, y'all. I'm such a mess. But see, I keep it real here. That's what we do on this program. All right. And I update, guys, the show. I try to update at least like twice a week on like Tuesdays and Thursdays. But then you have a random day like this where I'm like, you know, I figured, I was like, this is my day off before, you know, I start my ridiculous work schedule again. So I think this would be the appropriate time to do that. All right, next trope we have is accidental marriage. So this one can be ratchet, okay? So this is a trope where, let's say, okay, let's use same-sex couple. All right, so you have these, you know, lesbian couple. There we go. So, you know, there were friends at first, and like, you know, everything was good, and you know, they noticed that they wanted to be more than friends. But then sometimes it goes that there's like, and then you can tie in like forbidden romance in there. So like, you know, for some reason they just can't be together, and then one day, you know, they decide to go to a party, and then they get like super, you know, super smash wasted or something, and then they wake up and there's like a marriage certificate. there's a marriage certificate, you know, on the table, and it's like, wait, did we, is this, oh my gosh, we're married. You know, so that's like one way that could happen. And oh, you know about Cocabana? Yeah, he's pretty cool. Oh, but I'm great. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, yeah, we are, guys, LGBTQIA plus friendly on this show. I've been an ally, in my personal opinion, to the community for a very long time. And even though myself, you know, I don't represent the community in that way in regards to my sexual orientation and presentation, I've always been the type of person, and I say this on the show all the time, I've always been the type of person that I just accept people for being who they are, just like how people accept me for being who I am. So I'm glad you found the show and all that good stuff. And you know, I feel, you know, especially, you know, tying it in today, you know, in regards to romance, you know, the romance genre, it gets greatly misunderstood, and you know, we need, guys, as many allies, okay, as possible when it comes to this genre. And you know, and especially for me and the LGBTQIA plus community, you know, and I will do a separate story time, guys, talking about that, why the community means a lot to me and how I became an ally myself. But yes, and oh Lisa, yes, you know what I mean? Yeah, when a man is fine, you just want to like, yes, or whatever you're into, you know. And oh, and Lisa also adds that yes, also allies are great. Yeah, I appreciate that, you know. But yeah, that's what accidental marriage is. It's kind of like an oops baby, but it's like an oops like permanent, well, not permanent, but oops relationship. So that's what that is. Okay, so let's, ooh, body. Okay, yeah, we are definitely, yes, God. Oh man, he's one of my favorite models. I need to find out who this guy is. He is so fine. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is definitely steamonmax.com. So 5 chili peppers, and this is called Becoming Mrs. Lockwood. I would definitely become Miss Lockwood. Okay, guys, if I could, honestly, if I could have a man this fine to come home to every day, I would be like 20 pounds lighter. I'm just saying. Okay. All right, but enough of my messiness. All right, so let's continue. So fun. All right, so what else we have? What else we have? So we go from accidental marriage to tortured hero. Okay, so tortured hero, guys, is just like, you know, tortured heroine. So this is a hero that's just like damaged goods, but for some reason he meets you know, his love interest, and then sometimes the love interest is able to help to remedy or, you know, kind of push the broken hero or heroine to fix themselves in a way, or to help them to deal with the issues that they're dealing with. And sometimes there's conflict, other times it's more of a story of like bringing them together. And oh, and Lisa says, tortured hero, or as us Aussies say, the Suki Lala. I like that. I think I'm gonna say that more. No. But yeah, so that's what tortured hero is. It's unfortunate. Ooh, yes. Okay. So, okay, why did not, okay, so this did not come back up. What is going on here? Like, what are we doing? Okay, let's see. I'm gonna try it again because I like this cover. Okay, well, apparently this one is not fully up, so we'll have to pick another one. I am sad. No, there's plenty more here. All right, let's see. Man, so many washboard abs. Where are the daddies? Seriously. No. No, I'm being messy. I'm being messy. Okay, I like this one, The Edge of Darkness. Of course, I would pick one very steamy. And okay, this one is a motorcycle club one. There's something hot about like an older daddy on like a motorcycle to me that, like, look, you see me sweating? I'm sweating now, honey. I'm sweating. Oh my gosh. Sweating to the max here. But yeah, he looked fine. Oh, Lisa. Yeah, I do like the older daddies. I do. I mean, I'll admit that. Alrighty, okay, this one's on Amazon. I'll have to read this. Yes. Yay for the fine ass daddies out here. Shout outs to y'all. Oh man, oh man. All right, so let's see what else we got. Okay, so now we have this one. I do not like protective alpha like that. It's just not for me. I just don't like these guys like, you do what I say. Ooh, I'm gonna go lift some weights. That does not. Now, if he's the type like, oh, you know, hey, how you doing, honey? I cooked something for us today, and then I'm gonna cook up something later on tonight, and I'm just like, yes, daddy, yes. Okay. See, like, those are the type of guys I like. But I don't like these total, like, you know, like they drink like 10 cans of Gatorade bros, you know, like that's just not my thing, you know. They always wear those like bro tanks, like, you know, walking around. I just, No, I like a muscular man, but I like a guy that's just nice, you know? Like, here's the thing, guys. Being nice to the men out there, being nice is a good thing, okay? Do not be ashamed that you are a nice guy and you know how to respect people, okay? All right. So Lisa says, oh, yeah, it's trash. I just want to slap them back and play. That's how I feel, too. That's exactly how I feel, y'all. All right, so this is like a box set. Okay, this is cool. All right. Ooh, okay. I like me a sweaty man that smells good. No. No, I'm a mess. Okay. So this is Bachelorette Party Book 1. And this is by Rochelle Page, and it's Sucked into Love. I'd like to be sucked into those abs, okay? Play that xylophone. Be like, excuse me. Just like do 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 do, you know. Oh yes, okay, yes, squad. All right, get your life. All right, he's fine, but yeah, I'm picking all the steamy. You guys are gonna be judging me so hard. You'd be like, Amira is a freak.com, you know. Oh my gosh. All right, let's continue here. So many tropes. All right, so next we have erotic. Okay, so get something to drink here. You're so funny, Lisa. All right, so erotic, guys, is just okay. It's not smut, you know, because there's erotic and then there's adult. Okay, this is the best way that oh, okay, Lisa's like, I gotta go, but it was lovely meeting you. Hey, thanks so much for following and, you know, checking out the show. Yeah, I do the show, guys, twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but, you know, check out, you know, hit them notifications, and then you know when your lady's gonna, you know, be doing the show. And Lisa says, I'll be back. All right, cool. All right. Thanks so much for checking out the program. And this is why I do what I do, guys. I do this because, you know, I love it and talking about books and having a good time, you know? So, to continue here, guys, we have the erotic book trope, okay? So there's erotica and then there's like adult books, okay? So to me, the difference is erotica is kind of like you get like, okay, let's say you have a dessert, right? And then, you know, as you're eating the dessert is melting, you know? It's just eroticism, you know? It's just, it's like a taste of sexiness. That's what erotic is. But sometimes erotic, depending on the publisher, sometimes erotic books get kind of slapped as like full-blown adult, because full-blown adult, guys, is just like racy, steamy, in your face like sex scenes and stuff. And sometimes with erotica, it's more implied. Okay, that's the best way to describe it. It's implied sexuality. The sexuality is still there, but sometimes it's implied, and other times it's just like you're getting just a taste. It's kind of like a tease. I hate it. For me, I'm just like, you know, take it off, you know? So maybe that's just me, but all right, let's pick a book here. Okay. I just like the name of this one, so we're gonna go with this. This is Arrogant Bastard by Juliette Capulet. I'll be. All right, so this is part of the McCabe Brothers Book 3. Like them shades, good sir. All right. A mess, y'all. This is a mess. All right. Excuse me here. Okay, so this is book 3 in the series. All right, it seems interesting. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right. Okay, so this one, I don't know what to think about this one, y'all. Okay, so this one is boss and employee. For some reason, some people have this fantasy of being intimate with their boss. Now, in my mindset, this is just me. I don't find it attractive because I'm like, oh, it's my boss. I mean, I understand the whole power dynamic thing, you know, it could have some BDSM elements to it, you know, but not always. But I don't know. I don't think I could date my boss. You know what I mean? Like, it would just be like, I'm just one of those people, guys, like, where I'm just like, you don't mix business with pleasure. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I understand the appeal of the fantasy, but it's just a little too realistic for me. So I'm just like, no, I couldn't sleep with my boss. I just, ugh, like, no. All right, so let's see what selections. I mean, it's fun to read, don't get me wrong, but I just couldn't find sleeping with my boss like attractive. Okay, I think this one looks really interesting though. Okay, so of course I picked one with like the kinkiest of levels. This is the Facilitator by Tracy Podger. Yeah, Podger. So okay, it started off as a game. Two adults, both lonely. One an expert and the other learning on quick. Ooh, okay. So this is a contemporary romance. Interesting. Oh, this is interesting. What would you do if someone gave you the opportunity to experience all of your fantasies? Ooh, this is kinky. Oh, okay. No, man, this looks interesting. I'll make an exception. Oh my gosh, it's on Amazon. Yeah, definitely gonna read this next. I'm trying to get through, guys, the Hunted series now by Ivy Smoke, and I'm reading two main series right now. The Vampire Kisses book series by Ellen Schreiber, and then I'm also reading the Hunted series by it's an age gap college romance by Ivy Smoke, and it's really good. I'm actually listening to the audiobook later on today, so it's popping. Okay, all right, so yeah, this one I'm definitely gonna get the Facilitator. This sounds super kinky. Oh, see, I was right. So it says it does contain scenes of, okay, so there's a lesbian couple and then a menage a trois between two men and a woman. Okay, and some light BDSM. That's what I figured, 'cause I was like, the Facilitator. I was like, what you facilitating? Okay, all right, but I'm a mess, y'all. Okay, so we'll go ahead, check out some more tropes here. Excuse me, guys, so sorry for yawning. It's been a long day, y'all. Just when I think I was like, oh, I'm gonna get enough sleep. All right, the Facilitator. Ooh, that sounds super kinky though. All right, then we got cowboy romance. All right, so this one too, guys, you also want to take some precautions with this too. This is human trafficking. Okay, so this one also fits into the dark romance category. So what this is you know, the story usually goes like, you know, let's say, you know, the protagonist is living an everyday life, and then all of a sudden they get kidnapped, and then they have to serve like someone, you know, someone else. Think of like Zadis in Black Dagger Brotherhood is a perfect example of this in a way. So yeah, this is definitely, you know, if you're triggered by stuff like this, like for me, I just don't like reading this type of stuff. So yeah, viewer discretion definitely is advised with this particular genre. And yeah, it can be very intense. This one looks crazy interesting. Okay, so this is Crave, and of course I would pick something. I've been picking all the y'all are like, oh, you know what, Amira is a freak. Okay, but this is Crave by Danny Renee, and it's like 5 chili peppers, and I'm sure this got BDSM in there because that's what it feels like to me, or sounds like to me. All right, so okay, so you got some like forbidden romance in there. Okay, yep, I knew it was BDSM. I just knew, and not only because of the you know, the blindfold and stuff, because you know you can do that stuff without BDSM, but just the way it looks and like his hand, you know, like let me feed you, you know, I'm like, oh, okay, I will let you, master. No. Mass. Okay, that one sounds fun. I think I might read that one too. I'm going to do an episode, guys, where I will take like these tropes and then I'll just like randomly like pick one or whatever and then read books off of that particular trope. All right. Sorry for yawning again, guys. Oh my gosh, I must be really tired. And mind you, guys, I still have to work out because, you know, I gotta, you know, keep it sexy, you know. All right. Ooh, yes, I like me some. You know, I'm not really big into sports, guys, but if it's well written, I'll give it a shot. Okay. So, I'm sure there's a lot in this one. Okay, so this was the one, guys, I read recently and it is really good. Okay, this is by Stacy Lynn. It's called Scoring Off the Ice, which with him, absolutely. But this one deals with hockey, but you know, hockey is not like the focal point. It just kind of surrounds it a little bit. But yeah, it's really good. I enjoyed that. Yeah, and I agree. It's not that steamy, but you know, there's a little bit of something there. Okay. All right, I'm being messy. All right, let's continue here. We got a long way to go here. I like this. Make me yours. Okay. Okay, so this one is a fish out of water. Now, this is an interesting trope because it's like, okay, let's say, you know, you have this couple and, you know, relationship is forming and stuff. And then all of a sudden, there's like another person that likes the main protagonist. So that's kind of like a fish out of water where it's just like this curveball that like comes out of nowhere, which it can make the story really interesting. Let's see here. Let's see. I think I'm gonna pick this one. This one just looks interesting. All right, so this is Natasha Moore's and it says The Ride of Her Life. Okay. All right, so this is kind of has like motorcycle club kind of feel to it, but it's not like full-blown motorcycle club. Okay, this sounds interesting. Interesting. All right. Okay, what else we got? What else we got? Okay, so now we have sweet. Okay, so sweet romance, as it says, it's really gushy, guys. It's really adorable. I don't really care for these romances. They're a little bit too diabetic for me. Just to keep it real, a little bit too diabetic for me. So that's what this trope is about. You know what? I was eyeing this one because it kept coming up, but this one is The Proper Princess by Melissa McClone. I love reading like royalty ones too sometimes, but see, this one is very clean, so I'm not sure if I would enjoy it. No judgment, but it's just I like a steamier romance. So The Proper Princess by Melissa McClone, and it's part of her royal duty, so this must be part of like a series or whatever. Alright. I'm just seeing how many more. Oh yeah, we got tons more, y'all. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to split this up. Alright, so Okay, so I'm gonna do, guys, as many as I can in like the next half an hour, and then I gotta go work out, and then I'm going to continue this on Wednesday with, like, this is probably gonna be like 5 parts, because I didn't realize how many new tropes were added. They added a lot, so I'm gonna just take my time with it, you know, and I gotta rest my voice too. Okay, so next we have the alien trope. So alien is pretty much, you know, you're falling in love with a extraterrestrial creature. So that's what it is. Now, I'm not really into alien romances. Aliens don't, you know, get me going, but, you know, to each its own. But these covers look cool. I like this one, The Rightful Queen. This is by Soban Davis. Of course, I would pick something super steamy. Okay, so Queen of the Galaxy. Okay, that sounds interesting. All right. Okay, now this was the one that I was telling you about, guys, that kind of correlates with the mafia romances. This is Dark Alpha. So this is like an alpha male that is just really, really bad and doesn't apologize for his bad actions, you know, bad behavior. So yeah, these definitely do have triggers, so you want to be careful. So this particular trope, it connects with like motorcycle clubs tend to have a dark alpha. I would say like a mafia boss or like that kind of organized crime romances tend to have these protagonists. And sometimes it goes into the direction of BDSM, other times it doesn't. It just depends on the series. Okay, I like this one. Her Lovely Lies by KL Claire. All right. Now, of course, I had to pick something like ultra steamy. Okay, so that's cool. That's cool. Excuse me, guys. Sorry for yawning. Oh my gosh, it's been a long day, guys. I had to like get up early today. The worst. Okay, so now we're moving on to psychic. Okay, so this is a particular trope where the person can, you know, they're psychic. They can like read, you know, predict or like, you know, predict things, or, you know, they can like read, you know, minds and stuff like that too. Sometimes, not always. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do this one here. Lance, I think, is this one. Okay. Okay. I feel like this is a shape-shifting one, but it looks interesting though. Okay. Okay, so this one also an interesting trope. This is roommates. So roommates is just a romance it can be amongst roommates pretty much. So, and sometimes you can get love triangle also in this. A lot of times these roommate romances, not always, but they do take place in college, so that can also correlate with college romance trope, or they, you know, new adult books as they're called sometimes. Not too many. Not too many books. Let's see what we got here. I like this one, Echoes. So not that steamy, but it's part of the it's like Regimen Carter, book 1 by Emma Cole. Okay, so that's why I knew, like, she the protagonist is in college. That's what I figured. All right. Okay, this one is so overdone, guys. This trope, oh my gosh. All right, excuse me there. This trope is really overdone, guys. This is the most popular two of tropes. This is the fake relationship. So they pretend to like have a relationship, and then over time they start to have a connection and fall in love with each other. So that's what this trope is about. I like this one, Fit for Love. Yeah. So this is for Love by Brenda Perry. I can see that. All right. Okay. So that one's on Amazon. I just wish there was a way that, like, if you're going back to the like main like tropes page, that it would like save your spot. That would be nice. So that way you don't have to like always constantly scroll, you know, all the way to where you were. Okay, and then this is one I told you, very popular right now, especially in the booktube community. This is Motorcycle Club. So this trope is pretty much romance books about, you know, people who are in a motorcycle club. So that's what that is about. This one also, I noticed, sometimes can correlate with age gap, because I noticed sometimes, not always in these particular motorcycle club romances, but the men sometimes can be a little bit older. So let's see here. So sorry guys for yawning. It's terrible. I'm bad. I like this one, yes. Taming the Biker by Cassie. It's like Alexandra, and it's pretty steamy too. Taming the Biker. Well, I have no complaints with that. That's all I gotta say right there. Okay, and this is my other personal favorite. This is New Adult. Okay, so what New Adult is, guys, unfortunately, it didn't really catch on like I thought it would. But New Adult, guys, are romance. Okay, so New Adult is not a romance book genre, but what ended up happening is because a lot of authors who are trying to publish for New Adult started to make romance books. That's the reason why New Adult gets associated with the romance book genre, but New Adult does not technically mean that it's romance necessarily. So these are books that are focused for people that are between the ages of 18 to like 30, which is like, you know, it takes place in college, you know. Sometimes New Adult, guys, can actually go a little bit older, because remember the book that I was showing you, Scoring Off the Ice? The protagonist is actually in grad school, so there are exceptions to the rule here, but New Adult is still a very popular, especially New Adult romance books, super popular, as you can see. Ooh, I like this one. I just like a well-dressed man. Maybe that's just me. Of course, I pick another steamy one. This is Ella Fox's Vaughn. Okay. I like this. I might read this one. Just reading the synapses, it looks interesting. Okay, and then we have this next row here. This is a classic trope. Oh my gosh. This is friends to lovers. So, you know, they were friends, and, you know, there might be some challenges along the way, but then slowly their love is so strong that, you know, they become a couple. So that's what friends to lovers is. I'm sure there's going to be tons of books that fit this. I just like me a, you know, 5 Along Fire with those abs. Jeez. So we got Heart of Fire, and this is by Sedona Venez. She writes some hot stuff apparently. Okay. Okay. All right, guys, so I'm gonna stop right there, so that way, see, I'm trying to make sure like each part that I do is like an hour or so. It's not too long. So we're gonna continue this either tomorrow or Wednesday, and we're getting to my favorite part here. So we're getting like BBW and you know, FBI. You know, they got some sexy FBI romances that I appreciate. But yeah, we're getting closer, guys, and yeah, I'll think about it. If I do the next part tomorrow, I think I'll probably do like maybe halfway of it, and then on Wednesday we'll just like finish it up, and I'll give like my closing thoughts on it. So all right, guys, that's gonna be it for today's episode of Book Shade. Of course, guys, I am Amira Blaze, and you can keep in touch with me the following ways. I am both on Instagram as well as Twitter, okay, which is at Bookshade and then the number 1. So guys, like I always say, remember that reading is Halloween. All right, guys, I will either talk to you tomorrow or like continuing doing this, or I'll talk with you guys on my review Wednesday. All right, guys, take care.